Uh-huh.
I don't even know how many people we have in here, but we're ready to go, baby. We're ready to go, baby. We're ready to go.
We got a Bears game today. Got Bears game.
Huh? Big day, boys.
Hey, the Bears come on about an hour and 30 minutes. Bears, little bull sheep. Big game tonight, boys. How we feeling?
First place in the NFC.
First place NFC, everyone. I cannot believe this.
Bears have never been bigger. The Bears are back. Your balls should be back too. Manscaped.com. Go Bears back. 20% off. Free shipping. Go do yourself a favor. You got Swamp Ass right now. Not with the ball deodorant. Not with the pH balanced body wash. No,
oh, my God. My stash is already falling off. All right, fellas. Fellas, we got a huge game tonight. How are we feeling, boys? We're playing for first in the NFC.
We are feeling great, right? I hope so. We're 5-1.
Very nice.
Bears, come on.
We're very nice.
After seeing the Seahawks lose last night, like, how can you not be super pumped up? I mean, Bears are already 5-1. The Bears are fucking back, and the little Bo Sheep don't know what the hell they're gonna do whenever they get into their own stadium and the Bears have taken it over. You know what I mean? Bears are coming out of this 6-1.
Bears 2020, same thing, 1985. Bears are all the way back, baby.
Bears, 1985, 2020, same thing.
We're full homer today. I'm trying not to laugh. This fucking thing falls off every time I start laughing. But yeah, guys, we got a great show as always. It is our Halloween episode, as my thing's going to be falling off all day. I'm rocking this sick-ass Mike Ditka cigar that my dad gave me, and this mustache that's going to be falling off all day. It's going to look sick. We're ready to go.
Hey, theory real quick, boys. Conspiracy theory. Chicago Bears, 1985, 20th Super Bowl. 2020, Bears are back. Super Bowl. Next Super Bowl.
Bears. Now it's all making sense.
How many heart attacks is that for you? What's about a baker's dozen for me?
I don't know. Shout out in the chat. Whose mustache lasts longer, mine or Blake's? Mine's already gone, bro.
Yours is already.
Mine's going, bro. Man. Mine is going.
Y'all fucked up not rocking the porn stash like your boy.
All right, we're gonna start here in like 2 minutes. But until that, fellas, how's our Friday going? Friday. Whoa, there it goes. How's our Monday? How are we feeling? What's our confidence level tonight before we get into the game?
Oh, I can't wait to get into this because today, this game, I mentioned it to Ryan, I mentioned it to Austin. Today is the first time in a long time I got to bring out something. I don't often do this, but this week, this is the week. First place Bears right now. They got a chance to keep that, be the number 1 seed going into week 8. There's a big chance to have things to happen here tonight, boys.
Things are happening. Stuff is moving. I mean, Bears
the
are all
power
the way
of the
back.
stash.
I'm having a heart attack, wow.
How many heart attacks is that for you there?
No, not yet.
It's going, baby. This stuff is going. Yeah, but again, everybody joining us now, welcome to our Halloween show. We're the new age of super fans today, and we got our cigars, we got our aviators, we got our mustaches, and we're ready to go.
I gotta say, I'm rocking the black and mild today, everybody. Chicago's the blue collar town. I had to go with the blue collar option. The budget-friendly option, nothing like a black and mild wood tip. I mean, regular cigars got its flair to it, but the black and mild, I mean, come on, you can't get better than the wood tip black and mild. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's hanging out my mouth. I can talk. I don't talk like this.
Look at
I kind of go a little southern.
Oh, there goes my stash. Oh shit!
Oh.
All right. Are we just gonna get right into this?
Let's do it, baby. Let's talk some Bears.
Okay, let's talk some Bears. Bears against the Little Bo Peep Sheep. It's a big game. It's a Monday night game.
The stash is a losing battle for me.
Yeah, this is tough. I think I have to take mine off.
I'm fighting.
What if I put it on my nose? How does it look if I put it on my nose?
It looked a little crazy, but
look like a Mr. Potato Head.
Oh my God! All right, let's get fucking into this. Bears Rams. How are we feeling about this game? This is going to be a lot of fun. We're very excited about this game, another low-scoring game. But in the past, let's talk about it. We have had Bears. We have had low-scoring games the last 2 times that Jared Goff has seen the Bears and vice versa. So, fellas, are we feeling maybe third time's a charm, a high-scoring game, or are we going to think a low-scoring game today?
This is the Bears. What the? All right. Sorry, boys. This is the Bears we're talking about. Are we really expecting a high-scoring game? Is that happening? Do you guys believe that in your heart?
I do. Today is super fan day. I do.
So you think we exist in the bizarro realm? The shadow realm.
Is Dicka playing? Is Dicka playing?
No, I already starting at quarterback and punter.
Oh, shit. Okay, Bears. 423. Little Bo Sheep Tree. Bears by 420. Book it.
Bears by, we're not even getting into score prediction.
Right. Premature.
What are you doing? Premature score prediction.
You're supposed to mention Dicka. You mentioned Dicka, and I can't even put a score prediction out there. Come on.
No. All right. Let's get into we're going to get more into the game. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but score prediction wise, this is going to be, I think, another low scoring game. We're feeling Blake's looking great with his mustache, but another low scoring affair probably. However, I don't know. How do you guys feel? What do the Bears have to score to get the win today? What's the threshold? What do you want? What is the score? What is the number for the Bears to reach today? I'll hang up with my cigar and listen. 2. Also, for everybody in, Mike Ditka, Super Bowl 20.
Bears.
Go ahead.
I got Bears just need to score 2 points because they're not giving up a single point tonight, baby.
Bears! Let's go. Monday Night Football, boys.
Fuck this stash. I'm out of it. I'm out. But I'm still here.
I really don't think the Bears have to score a whole lot of points. I mean, as long as if the pass rush gets home, Jared Goff is going to be doing his best Mitchell Trubisky impression back there. So I'm not worried at all.
And we know
honestly, I feel great. I'm having to kind of come up over the comments here. It's nice though.
I like Alex's take there of I like the Bears have to score over 24. I like that. I think that's a good number.
I think that's too many. I think the Bears only have to score like 17 or 20, maybe. This is going to be the same kind of game that we've seen the Bears and Rams play for the last 2 seasons here. I mean, total in the last 2 games, I think it was 15-6, 2018, 17-7 in 2019. That's not any points. So I think it's going to be a whole lot of the same this year.
Okay.
There we go.
Save the meatball takes, Austin. Save the meatball takes. We're going to get into those.
Oh,
later.
That's not a meatball take.
That is. Well, I got a meatball take with Darnell Mooney today. And if it happens, I'm going to win a lot of money. A lot of money.
Engineering right here. Watch this shit.
No way.
This is a college graduate we're talking about here.
I'm officially an engineer, boys.
Wow. I'm going to need that from Corey now because I don't have tape right in front of me. But, this is going to be a great game. It's going to be cover me in spaghetti and call me a meatball. I fucking love it, baby. Meatball segment coming later. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I actually like – I mean, if the Bears get to 24, I think they win. But I think this might be another game under the 20s in which they're going to probably – lose, or if they don't score over 17, I think they lose, but I think 17 is a fair number. But I think in the 20s, I think it's a comfortable win here. All right, injury report. Do we have that?
Let me pull it up real quick. I do not have it pull it up, but
all right.
We have Google at our fingertips.
That's Ryan's shaking his Malort.
Malort.
Ryan's got his Malort.
I've never tried it, but I feel like as a Bears fan, I should probably at least try it once. I've heard it's really terrible. I mean, is that a thing?
It is the most foul liquor known to mankind.
I'm drinking a Guinness Extra Stout right now in my beer mug.
I'm drinking this little thing called tap water. It's from the finest tap in all the land.
And that's what we call responsibility right there.
All right, we got the injury report.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
all right, let's see. What do we got?
Not a whole lot. Neither team really missing anybody. I mean, Sherrick McManus is going to be out for the Bears. It looks like Deion Bush is set to make his return. He got in limited practices on Thursday, Friday before practicing in full on Saturday. So he's looking like he's going to go. So, I mean, both teams, both healthy here. No excuses. And I think they're both going to be ready to go. The only guy that was listed as questionable for the Rams was Tyler Higbee. And he was a limited participant on Saturday. And it looks like he's going to give it a shot tonight. So,
I think Sherrick McManus, we're going to get into our keys later, and this is going to kind of go into one of my keys, but I think Sherrick McManus is a big hit for us, boys, because special teams, we've seen it across the league this year. Special teams is important, and Sherrick McManus is a baller. I know that we have Cordero, but Sherrick plus Cordero on special teams, phenomenal. We have one of the best punt coverage units in the league. We have the 7th highest the 7th best punt return defense in the league. So having Cordero is nice there, but we haven't had Sherrick but like 1 or 2 games, and we're one of the we're within the we're in the bottom half for sure as far as kickoff return defenses, and I think Sherrick really adds a lot there. So I'm really hoping that the Bears can do a little something here without our special teams ace.
Yeah, I mean it'll be tough, but at the same time, like. You can't. Hopefully, they don't lose the game on special teams tonight. Whenever you lose a game on special teams, that's always the worst case scenario, and it's something that seems so minor, but it really is important in the grand scheme of things. I mean, you talk about the field position battle. Being able to win that, being able to make tackles, it's going to be key tonight. And Sherrick McManus is a guy that you can put back there, and he's reliable every single game. And that's the thing about good special teamers is you're not going to hear a lot about them because they're not making their mistakes. That means they're doing their job, and that's what he does year in and year out with the Bears. So I mean, they'll miss him, but I mean, other than that, like it's nice to be 7 weeks or 8 weeks in, whatever. 7 weeks. Are we in week 7 or week 6 here?
Week 7.
Week 7,
baby.
And the Bears are relatively healthy. I mean, you look at all these injuries that are happening around the league. I mean, Cleveland just lost Odell Beckham Jr. They've already lost Nick Chubb. Like you see teams that are losing guys, and right now the Bears are lucky in that regard, and that's a key to winning in the NFL to a certain degree is being lucky and staying healthy, keeping guys on the field. And so far, the Bears have been able to do that.
Watch out for Buster Screen though. Buster Screen limited practice on Saturday, so didn't practice all week except for Saturday. Same with Khalil Mack. So I think Mack, he's a tough guy. He was injured all last year and played almost all the games, if I remember right. So watch out for Buster Screen because, I mean, that's been kind of a weak spot in our coverage anyway. I like Buster Screen as a player. I think he's a good athlete. But watch for Jared Goff to target whoever Buster Screen's on if he's going to play with this injury.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about special teams. As long as we have Cordell Patterson, this mustache is real, I promise. As long as we have Cordell Patterson, I think we're fine. I mean, the dude is the first one down there to make the tackle, and then he also returns kicks. We're fine.
Is this the return of Skycam tonight?
Well, here's a question for you guys. Who's going to be returning punts?
Anybody but Ted Ginn.
Who's going to be returning punts?
Ted Ginn, right? Do we have the list of inactives for tonight?
Let us check Twitter. Let us convene.
I don't know if it's come back yet, but yeah, I'm liking to see Anthony Miller or even, I don't even know who else.
So right now, the inactives today are Sherrick McManus, Artavis Pierce, Arlington Hambright, Riley Ridley, and Trevis Gibson. So I would imagine
we might see Ted Ginn back there again.
He'll be back there.
They might throw Anthony Miller back there. Fuck it. Let him do something. Let him get his juices flowing. We need Anthony Miller to get back to where he was. Mm-hmm. I feel like, the first few weeks of the season, he caught 2 game winners. Anthony Miller, we were like, holy shit, here we go. Anthony Miller's back. We're in here. The Bears are back. Bears are still back without Anthony Miller. But we need Anthony Miller to come back. We need him to have a big game. And maybe putting him back there on punts gives him a purpose. Maybe he needs a purpose because there's so many – they're spreading the wealth on offense right now. Maybe he's feeling a little bit down, a little bit taken back. So maybe if we put him on punt return, who knows?
Yeah, the thing is like Ted Ginn has been so ineffective as a punt returner. I mean, like, let's see. I'm pulling up the numbers here, but I mean, like, I just feel like he offers nothing to you as a punt returner at this point. So I feel like you have to give somebody else a try back there. Right?
I can run some stats here real quick.
If 5 returns, 24 yards. He's averaging 4.8 yards per return, and 10 of those yards came on 1 return. That doesn't seem too pretty.
No, it doesn't seem good at all. That's why I would imagine with Anthony Miller's kind of, his less of a role in the offense, you might see Anthony Miller start taking some punts back there. But hey, if Ted Ginn's not active, I would imagine they're going to use him. I mean, like, why are they using Rashad Coward? Are we going to talk about that? Like, why?
Jesus, why?
Why is he still in the game?
What reason anywhere is there for Rashad Coward to be in this game? Get him off my field.
I feel like the scariest thing about that is, and I know Bears fans everywhere have been kind of calling for Alex Bars, but I think that might be a testament to where they feel Alex Bars is at in his development, because if Alex Bars can't beat out Rashad Coward, who we've seen is just not the long-term solution there at guard, or even a stopgap at guard, I don't think they have a guy that can fill that role then. So maybe Coward is the guy because there's nobody else. And that's a whole nother conversation where we talk about where the Bills just released Quentin Spain. I know a lot of Bears fans wanted Quentin Spain, but that's a huge hole for them. And it's a spot to watch too, especially when they're going up against a guy like Aaron Donald, who is the reigning defensive player of the year and probably maybe the best player in the NFL.
Yeah. And let's talk about,
I've got some stats here real quick on punt returns.
Punt return stats. Let's see them.
28 punt returns, 130 yards. 4.64 yards per return and an EPA of negative 0.415 on returns. So we have got to have somebody in the backfield on punts. We are hurting.
Hey, the Chicago Bears need to hire Ryan and just let Ryan give the stats, and then they can make the decisions based off the stats.
These are real-time queries here on the Lakeshore Live podcast. Only the best for the boys.
All right, Devin's in, baby.
Oh, here we go. Punt return.
Devin's in. Punt return. Yo, Scott Hansen said it at Red Zone yesterday. Punt return touchdown tonight. A miracle punt touchdown. But yeah, like Ted Ginn looks like so scared when he gets the ball. I just don't know if he's the one. And then also, I mean, we could get right into it. Speaking of terrible plays tonight, Rashad Coward and Aaron Donald. Blake, with how they can double team guys, how much does that bug you? How nervous are you about Aaron Donald tonight?
I'm very nervous about Aaron Donald because he's a Khalil Mack type player. I mean, more like Khalil Mack is an Aaron Donald type player. Like those two guys are the premier talents in the NFL. And even if you put the best of the best against him, they're going to have trouble blocking him. So you're telling me that Rashad Coward tonight is going to have one-on-one situations with that just freak of an athlete and Aaron Donald. I'm worried. I don't know what the Bears are going to have to do. They're going to have to run their quick hit passing game. We saw them do that a little bit against the Panthers just because their pass blocking was struggling and guys were getting home to Nick Foles. So they're going to have to get the ball out quick because Aaron Donald is going to be coming. And I'm sure watching film all week, he's watching Rashad Coward and he sees he's like a shark, man. He's smelling blood in the water here tonight to add to that sack total. And the Bears got to do everything they can to keep him off balance. And that might be I haven't seen the Bears ever do it, but that might be running like wham plays or when you're having the guard pulling and blocking down on him rather than going outside. You know, you're going to have to hit him in the ear hole and keep him off balance because the guy's going to make plays. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So you just got to slow him down and hope that he can't get home at all.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a tough one. You're going to have to continue to slow him down, continue to try to get him off his game, and it's going to be very hard to do. The Bears have kind of done it. I think they did it in 2018. They neutralized him pretty well, but the offensive line was really good this year.
I was about to get some stats for that. I'm working on that right now.
Here's a good one. Jake Reedy, do we hammer Bears first half over 9.5? Jake, I'm going to give you my prop bet later, but that's not bad. Not bad, but it's scary. That's scary. I don't know. I don't think so. That's a scary one.
I think the only way that happens is if the Bears get a turnover deep in the Ram zone territory. So the Bears start with the ball inside the 30 or the 25. I think that's the only way that I could see that happening just because, you know, I'm just sold on the under and everything in this game because, you know, they've scored 45 points between these two teams in the last two games they've played. And the over-under tonight in the full game is 45 or 45 and a half. At least that's what I got it at. I think that number was going down as we got closer to game time here. But I mean, the two defenses are solid too. Like we obviously know a lot about what the Bears bring to the table, but the Rams defense has been really good this year. They've played a lot of NFC East teams. Those stats might be a little bit skewed here, but they're 8th against the run right now, and I believe they're also 4th against the pass. 4th against the pass, 9th against the run. I'm sorry. So like this is no pushover defense, and it's going to take some balls from Nick Foles to be able to move the offense. And I'm just not convinced with what we've seen from their offense against better defenses that they can do that on a consistent basis.
Can I say though, so you look at the pressures and the sacks for the Rams, I mean, they're stellar. I mean, they have Aaron Donald, but if you take away Aaron Donald and we can find some way to scheme him out, the rest of their defense as far as pressures and quarterback hits is very average.
Mm-hmm.
So if Nagy and Juan Castillo and Bill Lazor, it's Bill Lazor, right?
Bill Lazor, yep.
Yeah, if they can be creative and scheme him out, then, I mean, we have a chance to have at least a little bit of time. I mean, Nick Foles has been pretty decent at throwing quickly. I mean, he had the least amount of time whenever he first started for the first 2 weeks. And if we look back at 2018, Aaron Donald had 1 quarterback hit. 2019, there was 4. From my quick queries here, I mean that there might be a little bit more, but from my quick 1-2 search over here.
And that does worry me a little bit because Nick Foles is a little more immobile and he stays in the pocket to throw some deep shots. So I'm praying.
Trubisky helped a lot with his happy feet. That actually came in super handy.
Yeah, he didn't do as well, but he wasn't sacked as much. I would like to see Foles move the ball. I mean, get better every week. He's been getting better every week at moving the ball, and I think it gets better this week. Hopefully, more consistently. I would like to see a first drive score. I mean, I would love to see that.
David Montgomery in the pass game. I did a look up on him.
Perfect, because we're going right into offense.
It's been really good. So rushing for David Montgomery, not good. I mean, it's mostly a product of the O-line not getting any blocks, but on pass plays to the left and to the right, he has positive EPAs. To the middle, he has slightly negative EPAs. But, I mean, to the right side, David Montgomery is a weapon, 0.351 EPA per play. So if we can get him out in some space, David Montgomery has been really showing some improvement. Some real ability on catching passes out of the background.
And speaking of that, let's get right into the offensive side of the football. Run game woes have been tough this season. Blake and I did that and every Friday we're doing the all 22 review. So Friday live 6 p.m. we're doing the all 22 from the previous show. So make sure you guys check that out. But Blake, from what you saw, is there a chance that this offense can get rolling on the ground tonight?
I mean, no. I don't feel comfortable with them being able to run the ball at all. They played the Panthers last week. The Panthers were giving up 5.4 yards a carry going into last week. And that's like, and it's a combination thing too. And I think when we were watching, Austin, I had to give more credit to David Montgomery, because when I was watching there, it seemed like the offensive line was just getting blown up and holes weren't there where they were trying to hit him. So, you know, and that might be a combination of the offensive line and the scheme. And you played a Panthers defense that's been hemorrhaging rushing yards, and they still could not run the ball. And they started to figure out a little bit later, but this is a whole different animal we're talking about. Like, think about what they did against the Colts and the Buccaneers. There was no running game. And I think that's what we're going to see tonight. So it's going to have to be through the air, and it's going to have to be in the hands of Nick Foles. Like, this game is going to be determined on how he plays.
Man, I'm just waiting for the game that we get a very pleasant surprise that the Bears like run for over 100 yards. Can you imagine?
That would be nice.
Yeah, but we have Matt Nagy as a coach. I don't like, he just doesn't stick with it, man. And it's like, you see with the Titans, granted, they have fucking Derrick Henry, who is a damn Mack truck coming out of the backfield, but they were able, they didn't have any rushing yards really at all in the first half, and they kept going and going and going, and they finally broke the defense down, and Matt Nagy's just not willing to do that. And granted, I kind of understand it just from the fact of the passing offense doesn't always score the points that we need. So he feels like his back is against the wall. So, yeah, we can bash him all we want, but, like, if we were in the same position, would we do the same thing? What are we feeling about that? I mean, would you stick to the run if the run consistently got, like, 2 yards every play, 1 yard?
Well, and I think, and that's fair, because maybe Matt Nagy just realizes that this is something that his team can't do, and that's why he has to abandon it. And it sucks, because that really just it puts your offense in a bind, because the defense will know what you're going to do and your tendencies and everything like that. But at the same time, like, I feel like they have to continue to have somewhat of a commitment, and that might not mean 20 to 25 carries like we were all hoping before the season. But, you know, even something to keep the defense honest, like 15 carries, I think that is a benchmark. I don't want to, like, settle too, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's a reasonable benchmark for them right now, just because we know they can't run the ball. So, like, if it right away, you can tell that it's not working, and you're in a game that both teams are throwing, like, you have to throw the football at that point. So I don't want them to give up on it, but at the same time, like, you can't just keep running into the back of your lineman 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage on every single play.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we talked about it on the post-game show. Like, we're watching other teams, and the whole offensive line is like a yard or two in front, and then ours is just way back. So if we do that tonight, he's gonna eat, and it's gonna be Aaron Donald's gonna eat. It's gonna be a very tough game. So
hey, and are we getting into defensive? Because I got some juicy stats to throw out here.
Yeah. Well, let's finish through the air. Let's finish through the air. How do we see Nick Foles doing overall? Obviously, the Rams do have some weapons on the outside and on the defense. So how do we see him doing overall? And then we'll get into some quick defense and do our keys to the game.
Low key, I mean, we have Nick Foles has places to go with the ball. He was even so confident in Cole Kmet that he threw him a pass that they hadn't thrown in practice last week for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was sick.
So Jalen Ramsey covering Allen Robinson, if he's not open, Mitch Trubisky would try to force feed the ball to Allen Robinson. Nick Foles distributes the ball pretty well. So, I mean, we have Darnell Mooney. We have Allen Robinson. Javon Wims runs very solid routes. Anthony Miller gets open on a lot of plays, just doesn't get his name called. So, I mean, if we can –
he also drops.
That's true. Too. That is a very good point. Uncle Mike 21.
Thank you.
I don't know. If we can spread the ball out, I really feel confident about it. You know, if Nick Foles doesn't try to force feed to one player who's covered, I really do feel decently confident, because, you know, I don't know. I just, there's a feeling deep down in my bones. Ditka is speaking through me. The Bears passing game tonight, boys, might be a little bit slightly better than average.
How smoked did that?
Smoke to that.
Yeah, I think this is going to be. I think we're going to be seeing Nick Foles continue to get better. Again, I said it. I think Saints game is when we see this offense really start clicking. But I would really like to see the run game get going. I'm going to say it every time. But all right, defense, real quick, boys. Darrell Henderson. There's no Todd Gurley this week. How do we feel about Darrell Henderson? And then also, how do we feel about all the weapons that Goff does have? Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee. How are we feeling about this team overall? I mean, at the end of the day, Jared Goff is still the quarterback. So,
I still Jared Goff. Man. It starts the pass rush.
Always does, baby.
And two, but the Bears, the Rams really like to go towards the middle. So they pass most frequently to the left. Their highest EPA comes in the middle, which kind of scares me because that's where the Bears' weak spot is the middle of the field. But as far as running, Denny Trevathan has kind of stepped up and become like a fucking freight train in the run defense the past 2 weeks. So you got a little bit of yin and yang there. So if Denny Trevathan can be good on the run, then I trust our safeties to come down and make a play.
All right, y'all are giving us meatball takes. We're about to get into our meatball take section. Nick, Crux, I see you guys. We're about to get into our meatball section. Arubanik, I see that too. So hold on to him. We're about to get into that take. But guys, keys to the game. Let's start on the offensive side of the football. Blake, I'll start with you.
I would just say time of possession and being able to have a couple sustainable drives that just kill the clock right now, because this game is going to be an ugly one. I know, Austin, you're saying points. It's super fan night, but I just can't see it happening with these two teams. So it's going to be ugly. Let's have a couple of drives here where you're maybe on like a 12, 13 play drive that eats up 7 minutes. How nice would that be to see as Bears fans? Like, when's the last time we saw a 7-minute drive or 6-7 minutes for 13 plays and a touchdown? I mean, last week there was one drive, I think early or late in the second quarter or whatever, where they were methodical. They were moving down the ball down the field. They were picking up chunk plays at a time, and then they settled for a field goal. Yeah. Let's have a couple of those end with a touchdown tonight. Yeah. I think that offensively, that's what they're going to have to be able to do. Like I said, defense is tough. Aaron Donald is going to get home a couple times, so just stay with your game plan and do what you know you can do best. And that'll be a key for them in the offensive side of the ball.
Hey, Matt Nagy's playing this show right now, and the Bears just went nuts. That was a great key to the game. All right, my key to the game, Bears. And I'm saying this every week until they do it. Run the fucking football, and do it successfully. And let's get David Montgomery over 12 carries. Let's just see how that goes. For me, it's running the football, and like Blake said, sustaining some drives, smart throws, and take some shots when they're there. We didn't really see any deep shots last game. Let's take some shots this game. See how deep Mooney can go. And let's see that happen. Ryan, what are your keys to the game on offense?
All right, my keys to the game on offense, it's going to be a low-scoring game, boys. My key is going to be a little bit unorthodox here, but Patrick O'Donnell is let's see here. Patty O'Doul is number 2 overall in coffin corner kicks inside the 20. So if we can at least get to midfield and on drives we don't score and let Patty O'Doul Patty O'Doul, let him pin them inside their 20. The defense can eat. So I think it's just if we don't score, the offense just needs to get to midfield and let our punt team do what they do best. We have a really good punt defense. So let's we need to play chess when the Rams are going to try to play checkers on punts. And I think special teams is really going to come in handy in this game. I really, really do. Let me see if I have anything else here.
All right, real quick while you're doing that. Player of the game, boys. Who are we feeling? I'll go first.
Go for it. Mo Mooney, Mo problems.
Hey, that's our boy. Is tonight his big night?
Tonight is his big night, baby. A-Rob's going to, he's going to be blanketed by Jalen Ramsey. I think Mooney comes alive.
Let me pull this back. Chicago Crux. I think you already threw that up there, but Mooney over 100, baby.
Crux got the Mooney, too. I love it. Mooney, baby, all night. That's our boy. So we're going to hopefully see him explode and get some stuff going. Blake, who's your player of the game?
So tonight, are we going to lead into this with our meatball takes?
Yes.
All right. My player of the game tonight is going to be that safety they got back there, number 39, that Bojack guy.
Player of the Bojack? Game. Is that the Bojack Horseman they got back there?
Yeah, Bojack Horseman.
Hey, let me tell you something. No ref is going to keep my boy Bojack from getting in the end zone this time. He's getting in the end zone. He's getting in the end zone.
Let me give my defensive keys to the game, and I'm going to go right into my player of the game. Defensive philosophy tonight should be turnovers, tackles, pressures, boys. It all starts up front. We get the pressure on, we get the turnovers. And don't miss your tackles, Roquan. You get in the backfield, you make a tackle. I think the player of the game is going to be Roquan Smith. I think he's going to have 1 interception, 3 tackles for losses, and a forced fumble. You can put that in my meatball take if you want to.
Okay, let's get into it. It's our meatball take time. Meatballs. We got meatballs. Actually, I would love a meatball right now. I'm kind of dying for that. That'd be delicious.
Meatball sub right now? A little
Parmesan.
You guys ever had meatball pizza?
No. Ooh, yeah, no.
Meatball pizza. Put meatballs on some pizza. Ooh, better than sausage pizza.
Is that the Lakeshore Pizza? The Lakeshore Live Pizza?
That is the pizza I heard about from Sir Patrick Anderson. Shout out Pat Anderson.
Let's get into our meatball takes, and then Blake's going to take us through our Manscaped promos. So without further ado, let's get into our meatball takes. Crux is leading it off. I love this one. Golf 3 in a row. And in the chat, y'all put your meatball takes. We love them.
I don't even think that's meatball because we got Khalil Mack rushing the passer. Akeem Hicks is going to eat up a double team. Robert Quinn's going to get back there. I mean, what is a meatball take with the Bears defense?
All right, here's my meatball take. Darnell Mooney, first touchdown of the game. $10 to win $220 if you're a betting man. I'm rolling with it. And if he does it, you all know I said it here, and I'm going to win so much money. That's my meatball take. And also, another meatball take, we're going to have a pick 6. Pick 6.
Bears.
Read my lips. We're going to have a pick 6.
Bears.
All right, Blake, meatball take.
BoJack Horseman, pick 6 all day, baby.
BoJack Horseman.
Put it in my fucking vein.
And then that guy Nagy's going to put Mitchell Trubisky in to play like they do with that guy Taysom Hill down in New Orleans.
Wow, that's
Trubisky in a Taysom Hill type role. Is that what you're telling me right here, Pap?
That's what I'm telling you, guy.
Bold. That's pretty meatball. That's pretty meatball.
That's very meatball. Put that on a roll.
Mitchell Trubisky, 300 passing yards, 100 receiving yards, 100 rushing yards, 100 kickoff return yards. Bears win by 80.
Trubisky.
All right.
My meatball take is that Roquan's going to have an all-pro night, an all-world night, an all-universe night, an all-Andromeda night. I think Roquan's going to come out and really show us why he's an all-pro mention. No doubt about it.
All right, let's take it to our let's go right from our meatball takes. We're going to do our over-unders in a second here, but you guys know what it is already. You guys seen the bottom of the screen. You guys seen the ticker. It's Manscaped. We've been sponsored by Manscaped, and I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that my Manscaped hair down below isn't like my fake mustache because it sucks. Blake, tell them what they could do with some Manscaped products and with our really awesome Bears Back code. Save you guys some money.
Hey, well, you know what you can do? You could stop that chafing going on down there, right, guy? You can stop all that going on. You could use that lawnmower to clean up for the big day. Manscaped, man, they got all the good stuff. And also, what does a guy call his best friends? I think we talked about this before, but you want to answer that, guys?
His testes.
His testy besties, of course, because Halloween is right around the corner, and you don't want to spook someone with your scary bush. Our friends at Manscaped want to help make your boys downstairs clean and best friends of their own. And there goes mine right there. Manscaped is #1 in men's below-the-waist grooming and offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels.
Precision.
And you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code BearsBack at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using the code BearsBack. Trick or treat. Keep your balls neat.
Boys, listen here. Don't just Manscaped for your partner. Manscaped for yourself. In this time of social distancing, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a draft downstairs. You know what I mean, boys?
Yes, for sure.
Do yourself a favor. Get the deodorant, get the lawnmower, crack open a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite or your beer of choice.
If you guys don't know what to get your husband, your son, your uncle for Christmas, y'all already know Manscaped save you guys some money. Bears Back code 20% free shipping. Use it. Let's go. Let's get right into it now. It's our over-under time. Y'all know what it is. We do this every week. What an ad read. Steve, we love you, man. And
shout out to SJ Steve 23.
We got our great social media manager. Man, we got our freaking Eagles fan in here. This is one of my best friends. But Eagles fan, get the hell out of here. Get out of here. We don't welcome you. All right, over-under times. If you guys are in the chat, make sure you guys sound off what you think here. We're going to start with David Montgomery, fellas. Over under David Montgomery, 56.5 rushing yards. How are we feeling about that? Blake, I'm starting with you.
Under. I'm taking the under because we know Matt Nagy is going to abandon the running game right after it stops working, and they're playing the Rams, who are a good run defense today. So you know it's not going to work. It didn't work against the Panthers, so it's not going to work tonight. That's an easy under. But that's not cause for negativity, Bears fans, because we got good things coming.
Okay, I'm going over.
Meatball thick.
Hey, he
leading into the second half of the show here, huh?
He almost had 60 rushing yards last week, so I think he can go over 56. As long as he doesn't become a shootout, I think he'll be able to get over 56 and a half. I'm just praying. I'm more of just praying at this point for a fucking good running game. So 56 and a half. That's what we're hoping for. I'm going over. Yeah, Blake's a Debbie Downer. Boo. Boo, Blake. Boo.
I like the thumbs up there.
You boys just wait, okay? Just wait to hear what I got to say about this game tonight.
What do you got, Ryan? What do you got?
Oh, give me 56 and a half exactly. I think he gets 56 and a half yards exactly. Neither over nor under, boys. 56 and a half from David Montgomery. I don't know how he's going to get the half yard, but he's going to get it because David Montgomery's our boy. I think Matt Nagy's going to abandon it at 56.5 because the Bears are playing this in the locker room right now. Shout out Darnell Mooney. Shout out Khalil Mack. Shout out Chicago Bears. Bears are back.
Bears back, baby. Bears back. All right. Next one. I'm throwing it over to Ryan to start it off. Over 242.5 passing yards for Nick Foles. Shout out in the comments. Ryan, what do you got?
Give me the over, boys. I don't got nothing else to say about it. Give me the over.
That's it. All right, Blake, what do you got?
Under. This is not an offensive game. This is a Bears game. This is defense, baby. Under.
Boo.
Boo. Boo, Blake. Boo.
I winked with
the
wrong eye.
Yes. Finally, someone picked up on the accents. All right, Crux has the over. I'm going over too. I just think there's going to be a lot. It's your defensive game, but I think there's going to be a lot of possessions, a lot of offensive possessions. I like the over. I like Nick Foles. Go Bears. Rubinik has the under. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to go either way here. I like the over here, but we'll see. All right, last one, boys. Over, under, 1.5 interceptions for Jared Goff. What do we got?
Over.
Boys.
This is
Bears.
This is Nick
Blake
Foles
said
we're
it best.
talking
This
about.
is Bears football. The pressure gets home. The interceptions
Crux
are going to flow
Crux
like Malort on top of the fucking river. I can't remember what river goes through Chicago.
Way over. Yeah.
Way over. Shout out Chicago
over.
Crux for the bad
5 interceptions. Jared Goff's going to set a record tonight.
A record. Oh.
Hammer the over. We got it. We're ready to go.
Should we go for 7 interceptions? Is 7 interceptions too much?
What about 8?
Why not 9?
10.
10.
Bojack gets 7 interceptions in one game, sets the record that will never be shattered for the rest of the time. The refs take back 3, so that's 10 interceptions for Bojack.
That would be actually ridiculous. All right, I like it. I think over 6th, right in the middle. Yes. Over. I got like over 1.5 interceptions. Look at this mustache, boys. It's working so well. Look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's tough right now. All right, it's that time. It's our new segment that we just introduced as I go to pull it up right now. It is our fantasy stardom sit-ems. We're doing Monday night fantasy stardom sit-ems, and then we also sprinkle in a little fall stardom sit-ems for you guys, and they're pretty funny. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. Jimmy Graham, first quarter touchdown. I like that. Jason Skeet. All right, boys, here we go. Stardom sit-ems. Stardom. Everybody boo Sam. Todd Gurley. Boo. Okay, Sam's reasoning for this.
This is for Thursday night, correct?
This is for Monday night. This is Monday night football stardom sit-ems, and then we also have 2 fall stardom sit-ems. This will be a nice rematch between the bottom tiers of the NFC South this Thursday. Oh wait, no, you're right. I'm thinking Todd Gurley's on the Rams. This is Monday night or Thursday night football.
Come on, you fucking meatball.
The bottom tiers of the NFC South Thursday. When these 2 teams played earlier this year, Gurley had 14 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown. He's a viable option against a viable option against a weak Panthers defense. All right, sit 'em. This is a big boo. This is a big boo birds. Allen Robinson tonight. Sit Allen Robinson. Boo. Boo. Sorry, Bears fans, but A-Rob might not produce as much as he usually does tonight. Expect Jalen Ramsey to shadow him all game. The biggest reason why it may be better to find another last-minute plug in is because this Bears offensive line is very bad. And the Rams are going to exploit that. Nick Foles, as a result, may try to force passes to A-Rob that aren't there. Hopefully he's not the winning factor into your Week 7 matchup. Well, I fucking put the over tonight, so I'm riding with that. All right, start him. Robbie Anderson, Thursday Night Football. Anderson has outproduced DJ Moore all season. The former Jet had 112 yards in the Panthers' last matchup versus the Falcons. Expect similar numbers as it's becoming clear as Bridgewater's favorite receiver. Hey, if you have Robbie Anderson this year in fantasy, that's a hell of a pickup. That's a good pickup. He's been balling. Okay, obvious sit him tonight. Jared Goff. I hope this is an obvious one. It is, Sam. Goff plays awful when matched up against the Bears. His stats the last 2 matchups include 5 interceptions, a fumble, and 0 touchdowns. He yields the lowest passing rate when playing this defense. That's actually phenomenal. After watching their offense struggle against a banged-up 49ers group, the confidence Goff will improve. It just isn't there. If you can pick up Foles and sit Goff, because the odds are this Bears defense is going to produce similar results. Love it, Sam. All right, here we go. Our fall stardom sit-ems. Stardom. Pumpkin bread, baby. We're starting pumpkin bread, and I fully agree. We got pumpkin bread with chocolate chips up here ready to go. One of the best things to come out of fall is pumpkin bread. It's sweet, it's easy to make, and it's perfect fall. Mom, if you're listening, shout out to your pumpkin bread. Maybe I'm biased because I grew up eating this stuff, and so did I, but it's just so good. Buy a store-bought loaf or whip up a quick recipe because this tastes good. As loaf or baked in cupcake tin, it's also great to bring to Thanksgiving next month. That's very true. How do you guys feel about pumpkin bread?
I've never had it, but I'd be willing to give it a shot. I'm a big banana bread guy.
Yeah, Crux, it's just not staying on, dude. I can put it on my forehead. It's not going to stay on.
The Brian Urlacher treatment.
Yeah, I just not going to stay on today. It keeps falling off. All right, sit 'em. This is interesting. Bacon-wrapped Oreos. The food bloggers have really outdone themselves. This combination ain't it. Oreos, delicious. Bacon, delightful. Wrapped together, nasty. That's disgusting.
I don't know. I live in the South. I probably would fuck with it.
I get the sweet and savory combination, but these flavors just don't work. The images of these also look repulsive. As a fan of deep fried Oreos, I love deep fried Oreos. I get this idea, but nothing about bacon wrapped Oreos screams delicious to me. Keep the two separate. How are we feeling about bacon wrapped Oreos? I think that's disgusting.
I don't know. I honestly don't even know what to think. Like, I love bacon. I love Oreos. So by transitive property, I would have to love bacon Oreos. Am I wrong?
I mean,
I think you're totally right. Listen, in the South, we deep fry our Oreos. We put chocolate on our bacon. I don't understand why this wouldn't work. I don't know.
Jason Skeet says I'm wrong.
Jason Skeet, yeah, thinks that shit's disgusting.
I'm also chronically overweight, so let's just throw that in the equation here.
Oh yeah, Sam's way against them. Sam is way, way, way far against the bacon wrapped Oreos. But Sam, another great segment. Sam's going to be coming on. Actually, we're going to have a new segment for Sam. He's going to be giving us the weather every week now, too. Live report from outside. And we're going to have fun with that. But with that said, it is time. Oh, my prop bet of the game. So you guys have been saying it in the chats a little bit. My quick prop bet of the game here. And you guys can throw in prop bets, too, if you have them. My prop bet, I'm sorry, Sam, this goes against your sit-em. It's Allen Robinson over 66.5 passing yards. I like that play a lot. I actually bet a lot of stuff on the Bears game tonight, but my prop bet that I think is going to hammer tonight is the Allen Robinson over 66.5. I think he gets at least 9 targets. So give me 6 catches for 70 yards. And that's the over for me. Easy money. And then give me a David Montgomery anytime touchdown, the Bears to win. That's like $182 for me, baby. So yeah.
Bears.
What do we got? What do we got? Oh, wow. Jason Skeet's got Cole Kmet over 50 yards. He thinks big Cole Kmet game tonight. Blake, you got any prop bets? You got any over-unders, money line? What do we do?
I love Darnell Mooney over 31.5 tonight, baby.
Ooh, catch. He might do that on one catch. He might do that on one catch. Saying.
Like, Darnell Mooney is a game breaker. We've seen him make a few plays here and there, but I think he's really going to take the top off the defense. So I think that over 31.5 is a lock.
Yep, I agree. Ryan, you got any prop bets?
Sports betting is unfortunately not quite live in Tennessee yet, so I did not have any prop bets. Next month, though, November 1st.
How are you feeling about that? That's got to be exciting, huh?
That's very exciting.
I've already got my FanDuel account set up, and I get 50 free dollars whenever it goes live.
Oh, so you already got it set up, ready to go. You're like,
oh yeah,
all right,
oh yeah,
give me it. Nice. That's pretty good. Oh God. All right. We're almost done. All right, Staley recaps and our score predictions, and we're gonna let you guys go for the big Monday night game, 7:15. So, Ryan, let everybody new in the chat know who is Staley and how is Staley doing in week 7.
Staley is the ruler of the NFL. He takes in stats and he spits out a winner. This week, Staley was hot during the morning games. I'm talking fire was set upon Staley's keyboard, upon my keyboard whenever I ran Staley. But the afternoon games kind of threw a little bit of a loop. He had
and
the
the fucking
Seahawks, the Cardinals
Falcons.
game, the Falcons, Jacksonville. Jacksonville fell apart. They had a good run going. He was 8-5 overall this week. Not horrible, not great. I mean, that's potential playoffs. That's like, if we're talking NFC records or NFC East records, that's like top of the barrel. You know what I mean? That's floating up to the top.
Crux knows Staley's got the Rams tonight. Everybody boo Staley.
Yep. We're hoping Staley goes 8-6 because Staley 4 out of 5 picked the Rams for tonight. So boo Staley in the chat. I think the Bears are going to win.
Bear with me, boys.
Oh, Blake's struggling with his headset right now.
Blake's down. Blake's getting the headset back. I'm going to narrate this real quick. Blake's putting it on. He's got the cord. He's putting it in. He's examining.
And
he's back.
And we're back.
The bucket hat is back, boys. You know, if the Bears win tonight, we have to wear it. We have to. I mean, this is gonna.
Whoa! Staley at least gets stuff right, Crux. That is blasphemy in this podcast. You cannot call Staley.
Staley has a winning record.
Damn, that's a low blow. Bro.
Yeah, Staley's 60-31. Crux.
Damn.
No. 60-30.
That's a disrespect to Staley.
And one. That's right.
We changed one of the. We counted the tie as a loss, but I think it's only fair that we count it as a tie because it wasn't built to predict that.
Yeah, we're messing with Crux. We love you too. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Staley. He started out hot this week. Kind of faded a little bit to the afternoon games, but hey, we'll take a hot start and a little bit of a mediocre finish. We're hoping he goes 8-6 because the Bears are going to win tonight. But yeah, Staley V1 is doing pretty well. I'm just going to say, y'all, Staley V2 next season, y'all better get ready because MGM is going to be knocking on the door.
Yeah, it's going to be upgrades.
Ryan's gonna be a millionaire by next year with Staley V2, so this would be fantastic. All right, let's get into our score predictions, and then we're gonna close it out, fellas. If you guys got score predictions, throw them in the chat. But we're gonna go with them now. Blake, give me your score prediction.
All right, so now this is what I wanted to talk about earlier. So in the last 5 years, maybe 6 years, there's only been 3 games that I have ever personally came out and personally guaranteed a Bears victory. First one was Brett Favre night on Thanksgiving. Bears beat the Packers at Lambeau.
Classic.
For that one. Second one was a Bears-Vikings game. I don't remember which one, but it was a Monday night one. Bears beat the Vikings. I don't remember what year, but it was in the last 5 years. The third one should not count against my record because that was the double doink game. That was the third one I used it on, and I haven't brought it out since, but it's back tonight. A guaranteed Bears Blake-stamped victory over the Los Angeles Rams and sole possession of first place in the NFC. I've got Bears 17, Rams 13. Let's go.
Blake is back.
Let's go. Personal guarantee is back.
Blake is back.
Personal guarantee right here. Lock it in. If we had lock of the week, I know we didn't get to do that because our show's on Monday tonight, but Bears were my lock of the week. There's no way Bears lose this game.
I love that. Knock on wood, though.
Bears.
Knock on wood.
I'm not even knocking on wood because Bears win this game no matter what.
I will not knock because my dog will go crazy.
Before we get into Ryan's the Bears super fan prediction of the week, let's go. I think the Bears are going to score over 20 points. I think both teams are going to score over 20 points. Give me Bears 24-20. I think the Rams score a late touchdown to make it close, but I think the Bears have control the whole game. I'm praying. And then the Bears will be top of the NFC as the worst 6-1 team of all time. And we're so pumped for it. We're so pumped. Devin Hester approves. All right, Ryan, close it out with your score prediction. What do you got?
So for my serious prediction, I have Bears 17, Rams 15. Really weird score. Rams are only going to get field goals. Bears bend. They do not break. We have the best third down defense in the league. If with 5 and less to go, we only let 45.9% of third downs get to a first down. 45%, 5 yards or less. The Bears are going to keep them to field goals only. The Rams are going to drive, but they're not going to break into the end zone because the Bears are that damn good. But if Ditka plays, Bears 587, Little Bo Sheep's Tree, Bears by 584. Go ahead and book it. Take it down to your local casino. Take it to FanDuel. Take it to DraftKings. Take it to wherever you bet. And drop that one in the bucket because the Bears are taking it home this week, boys.
In the bucket. All right.
Cookie jar. Hand in the cookie jar.
closing thoughts, fellas. As you guys are watching the game tonight, our good friend of the pod, Andy Heck, is in the hospital battling with COVID, and he just had some surgery. So praying for him. Please pray for him as well at home. Send him positive energy. He's going to need it as he fights through it. We are supporting him here, hoping for a speedy recovery, and we'll be thinking of him until he recovers. Andy, best of luck, man. And we love you, but and this show is dedicated to him. With that said, Andy is going to be giving us positive vibes for the game. Bears going to get that dub. Bears going to be the best team in the NFC. Until then, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Have a great Halloween, and let's go Bears.
Bears.
I can't get to stay.
Bears.
Bears.